Hey guys, it's Shanna with Green Living, and today I want to show you how I put together a free for me, very inexpensive homeschool curriculum for my kindergartner. So this year when I was looking at curriculum for my kindergartner, I just was really not wanting to spend any money because we kind of maxed out on our 5th grader and our 2nd grader. And so I thought for kindergarten, I'm not wanting to drop a couple $100 on a bunch of curriculum for him. And so I turned and I looked at the resources that I already have. Mostly today in math, I'm going to focus on our reading and writing program that I put together. I've found that most kids are ready to kind of start learning letters by age, 2, 3 even, and can start recognizing once they learn the name of the letter, they're ready to move on to the sound of the letter. I had a really great Melissa and Doug puzzle that I used to teach my oldest all the letter names and the letter sounds. It's great. I might do a picture of it and put the link at the bottom. This is the Melissa and Doug puzzle that I love. We've moved, I think, 8 or 9 times in 12 years of marriage, and I haven't lost any of the pieces. We don't have the T or the Y right now, but I've seen them recently, but our playroom is kind of a mess right now, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time looking for them just for this video. But we have all the pieces, and I think that's pretty remarkable. But they, learn the letters, and then you take the letter out, and it has a picture underneath it, apple. So we would say, first we would learn the names, and then we would say, apple, and then I would say, B is for basket, C is for carrot, like that. And so then we would just, I would leave out the A, the name, and just say, all right, or what does A say? We wouldn't say the whole word apple, we would just say And then, so there's this little pieces. So I know there's lots of great puzzles out there. This is just the one that we used and that I really loved. And it was just an easy way to teach my kids the letter names and the letter sounds. But most, 2, 3-year-olds are ready to start learning letters and sounds. And then, I have found with all of my boys, by around age 4, when they know the letter sounds, they're ready to start putting sounds together, which basically is reading. And so even my oldest did homeschool preschool, my middle one did a private school preschool, and my youngest did a public preschool. So we've done homeschool, private, and public. And I have had the privilege of teaching all 3 of my boys how to read using the same method that I'm talking about here. Basically just teaching them the letters, teaching them the letter sounds. And then after that, I've noticed all 3 of my kids started naturally just putting sounds together. And as they see, little 3-letter words, as we read, I've always read a lot to my boys. And so as we're reading small words, I'll point it out to them and I'll kind of encourage them, what does a C say? Or, just pointing out everyday things.
Part of my right is showing up.
Ooh.
I'm going to put that.
Good job, buddy. And so once they are starting to recognize sounds and, start putting small words together, it's time to start kind of an official phonics program. And what I have used, it's called Bob Books. And I know there's lots of different methods out there that work great. This is what I've used for all 3 of my kids, and it's worked great for us. These are the Bob Books. This is set 1, and they are just super, super, super easy. This is book 1. It's Matt. And then it's Matt sat, Sam, Matt sat on Sam, super easy. And so it builds confidence because success breeds success. And so you want kids from the very beginning to feel confident. And these are super, super easy. The next book is Sam. So it's lots and lots and lots of repetition so that kids learn really quickly to read. My oldest one, he read these and just was off in reading. And I felt like almost overnight he was reading Magic Tree House books. Not really, but in between his kindergarten and 1st grade year, he started reading chapter books, Magic Tree House books. And so he started with this and just took off. My middle one needed a little bit of additional just practice. Didn't get it quite as quickly. And so I went ahead and got set 2. And it's just a little bit more in-depth, up pop. It's just more sounds and a little bit longer words. And I think they go all the way up to set 5 or 6. So there's all kinds of word families and ones now. But this is just kind of what I started with. And then when my middle one, he was in a private preschool, they had a book fair. And so I bought some books. I'm a sucker for books. And so they're pretty beat up right now. But I got Ninja Turtles. It's a phonics book, Step Into Reading. And these all are These are great because it's, you know, for boys, Ninja Turtles, a lot of action. There's this is book 6, the review, and then it's just real simple words, simple sentences. And so again, we're building confidence and they're feeling really great about themselves. Also, for my middle son, when he was in preschool, so I guess that's been 3 years ago now, I went ahead and got this. It's Lego City Phonics, and it's 10 books, and it's again just similar ones right now. It does all the short vowel sounds, and then it moves on to the longer vowel sounds. And these are a little bit harder. Sometimes with my youngest one, especially, we'll take turns reading, and kind of I'll read the skinny words and he'll read the fat words, as he likes to say. So it kind of depends on the level of your child. And like I said, my older two, you know, they just took off reading pretty well. My middle one needed a little bit more help, but I'm finding my youngest one is needing even a little bit more help. And so we are going a little slower and we are reading together a lot. But this book, I just found this at a consignment sale for $5. And you don't even need, I mean, the Bob books alone are fine. It's fun to add the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books and the Lego City books, but it's not necessary. I have found that the Bob books are sufficient for teaching reading. And Bob books, you can find them a lot at garage sales, at consignment stores. A lot of libraries have Bob books. I think they're $10 on Amazon. They're not expensive. If you do end up buying them, you probably know someone who has Bob books. Okay, sorry about that. My boys got a little excited. They're doing one of those archaeology chip away set things. Anyways, a lot of libraries have the Bob books. You probably know someone with Bob books that you can borrow them from. If you do end up buying them, they're really not that expensive. And you can look. There's all kinds of these little phonics type books, like I said, at consignment sales, Goodwill, you know, garage sales, whatever. You can find these anywhere really, really inexpensively. And so what I've done for my youngest son, so now we're in kindergarten and we're officially homeschooling now, that I've put together a phonics and writing program that they go together. One of the things that I don't like about public school is that each subject is separate and disjointed from all the others. You know, history is separate from geography, is separate from reading, is separate from writing. And with homeschooling, you can kind of put it all together. So you are reading about places that you're learning about on the map, and you can write about those places that you're reading about, and learn vocab and spelling, kind of all related. And so I think that helps the kid remember it better. I think that it helps children kind of put pieces together better and remember it more. And so, gross, I have a fly. Anyways, and so I'm going to show you the official phonics program that I've put together for our youngest. I didn't really spend any money on this curriculum, this phonics program that I'm going to show you here. And so that's kind of why I call it a free program, because for me it was free, but even if you did buy these resources, like I just talked about, they're really, really cheap. So I started off with one of these filing boxes. You can get them anywhere, Office Depot, Walmart, any places like that. And what I did is these hanging folders, I have the first week and then the second week, you know, and so on and so forth. I think did the first 4 weeks because I wanted to see if this method works before I, you know, spent time doing the whole year. Oh, I went ahead and did the 5th week too. But what I did, so the first week is short A. So we're working on the A sound. Now he already knew the A sound, but we are just going over it again and teaching him the official short A is A. So the first day we did the Bob book. We're using set 2 for this one, book 1, the Sad Cat. So we read through the Sad Cat, and then we sat down and we did our writing. And what I did is I picked out words from the book, and that reinforces what he's learning. And so he's writing what he's reading, and that kind of helps him learn to read and write better. And then the second day, let me get these back in there. The second day, we went on and we're using the Lego book. And so here's the Lego book, and I took them all out of the cases. So there are the cases right there. They still have the long vowels in them because I haven't done those yet, but I took out all the short ones. So that book is book 1, short A. And so this is his writing for the short A. You can see it's not really clear at all, but I'm going to show you a sample. So we just did week 4, and I'm going to show you a sample of week 4 in a minute. But so that's Wednesday. And again, I picked out words from the book, so he was recognizing the words that he was writing. And then with Thursday, we used Ninja Turtles. So you can see again, book 1, short A in a jam, and I picked out words from Ninja Turtles. You can already see it kind of is looking better. I think some of the very beginning days, he just didn't want to do it, and now he's learned by week 4 that this is what we're going to do, so he's actually trying a little bit more because he knows that he can't get out of it. So that's Thursday. And I left Friday blank because I didn't have any more books, and I just did extra. I think this is a workbook I got at, the dollar store or something. And he just completed that, and then I put some math in there too. But now that I have this Hot Wheels set, I might do that on Friday and kind of go back through and add that. And week 2 is very similar, but we did short E. I'm not going to show you all of these. But again, I started with the Bob book, the Red Hen. And then I picked out words from that book. Let's see, where did it go? Oh, nope. That is math. Here it is. So, again, it's fun because his name is Ben, and so Ben was in the book, so that was really fun. So on and so forth. So I did all of, and then I also labeled it, if you can see, Bob book, week 2, short E. It's kind of my label for those, not that that really matters. This was Wednesdays, I don't know how it got in that day, but let's see if I can find the book. So this is Lego City, week 2, short E. So there's all those words from there. So anyways, so on and so forth. So we did week 2. Let's see, that goes on Wednesday. Week 3. Let's see, week A is short A, short E. I think week 3 is short I believe. Yep, short I. The same method all the way through. And then we took a break, and we didn't have classical conversations this week, so we're taking a break off and we were reviewing. Some of the words I've actually found with him that writing 6 words is too hard for him, and it's just too tiring. And so I've only made him do 3 words. And then this week, because it's a review week, we've gone back and we have written the words that he missed. And so this is his writing today. And I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I think it is hugely improved from week 1 to week 4, and then even this one shows there's a huge difference. And so I didn't make him go back with these words. I didn't make him necessarily rewrite them and get them better. I didn't want to get him discouraged and work too hard and make him, rewrite all the words, and no, it needs to look nicer. That looks, nicer. No, that looks sloppy, Ben. You need to rewrite it. I've never said anything like that. I've just had him do his best, and sometimes he's tired or frustrated and he just kind of scribbles it out and runs off, and I just take it, honestly, because again, he's in kindergarten. And so I just don't really feel the need to stress, perfect penmanship at this point in time. And again, this is what we have now at week 4. So I'm really, really pleased with this. Also, when I did ABC Jesus Loves Me, it taught how to form the letters correctly, and there's letter chants and all of that, which is really, really helpful. I learned all of that when teaching my oldest one homeschool. And so I'll put the link down there at the bottom too. ABC Jesus Loves Me is just a really great program that I love and recommend. And so this method of doing reading and phonics together is seeming to work really, really well. And let me show you these books right here. They're not quite as advanced as Lego City, but they're more advanced than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Bob books. So my 5-year-old just sat down and started reading this. Just read it from cover to cover. He's done short A, E, I already just for fun. He sat down and we read this together. He read all of that and all of that. And I had to help him with a few words, but for the most part, he's reading and he's loving it. And he's very excited about these Hot Wheels books. And so if you have boys, there are lots and lots and lots of options for reading. I know girls, they say typically girls learn to read and write better. And as far as the writing, I probably agree with that. My boys don't really like to color, they don't really like to write, they don't like to doodle, but as you can see, they can learn it and they are doing better. But as far as reading go, my boys have always loved reading, but that's because I've sat and I've read with them and we've made it a really fun thing. And so they've always really enjoyed that together. So this is our free kindergarten reading and phonics program. I hope you enjoy it. If you try it, let me know how it works out for you.